Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another Rocket League analysis, and today we're going to be analysing a Champion 3, looking at what they could do better and looking at what they're doing right, you know, pointing out those mistakes, pointing out those things that they're doing correct. Let's get into it. But this guy is, like I said, Champion 3, and the lobby, oh, I've not got game sound, we love a scuffed video. But yeah, the lobby, I presume, is all around this rank. So yeah, let's get into it. See what they could do. This is fine so far. Nice. Good hit. Oh, I like that. Good effort. That's a really good pop, actually. That's some good control. I think here... I think what you did is fine. Obviously, you messed up your wave dash. Oh, wait. Okay, that was a replay bug. Yeah, when I first looked at this before I just stopped it, this boost was up, but I guess it was a replay book and the boost wasn't actually there. So, yeah, no worries there. You go back. This is good. Nice touch, good control. Okay, I'm liking it. You're looking good mechanically. Good effort on the boost grab. Okay, let's see what you do here. Go back. This is fine so far. Nice. Good. Let the ball bounce, well done. Okay, so here, this is fine. Preferably pick up that big boost pad right next to you before going for this ball. And you just slightly misjudge it. I don't think you have to rush here. The reason being is because there's no one really there, you know what I mean? And even if the ball goes over you, you've got a teammate behind you ready to, you know, make a save or get the ball that's going to be hit off the backboard. There's none of the other team that can make a good enough play on this ball because, let's say Bigfoot came for the ball. No one's mid. No one's going to be mid for his team to follow up on his hit. You know, this guy's back there. The other guy just got demoed. So even if this guy challenges you, the ball probably won't even get on target. If it does, it's probably going to be an easy save because it'll be a bad shot. It'll most likely come off this backboard. And who's there to collect that? Your teammate. So he's just going to get a free ball. So I wouldn't try and rush this as much as you have. I don't think you have to. Your teammate overcommits there, and that's going to be a goal. But it kind of does come off your mistake as well. If obviously this ball is kind of just bouncing in the midfield because you missed this. At the same time, I think your teammate, he can't continue driving forward. He needs to make a faster decision that and he needs to make a faster realization that he's going to get beat to this ball. But so far so good, to be honest. You know, that was the only mistake you made so far this game. I think you made some good rotations, good decisions on the ball, and good mechanics. It was just that one little bit of a mechanical error on that power hit there. Nice. This is fine. Just seeing what's going on. Nice. Good 50. Don't think you could have done too much more here. If anything, perhaps I wouldn't come to a standstill here. See, here, you kind of stop. That means you lose all your momentum. You always want to be keeping your momentum because it allows you to get fast really quickly. So you always want to kind of drive in a circle. So you should kind of loop in a circle a bit here, maybe drift to make it a bit faster. And that way you'd be able to boost into this ball. You'd have more momentum going into this 50. You most likely win it or get a better outcome. Because you went into the 50 with quite slow momentum, as long as the other guy gets an even block on the ball, he'll beat you because he has more momentum going into the 50. You should get this mid boost here. You don't want to be rotating like this because this isn't your position to be in anymore. You know, you've made a play on the ball, right? You get the 50, and if we're following a good Rocket League rotation, then your other teammate, Scepter, he should be coming into the play as second man, and you'll see that's exactly what he does. He rotates through midfield and he comes in as second man. Now this guy has done, this is good from him, but you kind of mess this up a little bit by trying to cut into midfield here, and now you're in the same spot. And if you've watched my other videos, either on this channel or my main channel, then one thing you'll know that I say is that you always want to be covering different things to your teammates. All three of you want to be covering different things. That way you have more coverage of the field, you have more chances to get possession and make plays off and defend your goal. So you want to be covering different things, and in my opinion, here you kind of push up into your teammate's space a bit. Is this like a bug? Okay, no, the boost is here. So yeah, you want to be getting this boost and play third man probably around here, because that means you're covering anything that's in this position. Your teammate here is covering anything that's in this position, and your teammate here is covering anything in this position. So you've got a complete lock on this like this space of the pitch that I've just gone around in. So that means that anything in this corner you'll have a lock on, and that's good because the ball doesn't really have a chance to get over here. So you've got a lock on anything, everything here, as long as you rotate to here. But now that you're here, the ball goes here. Let's say this guy was a little bit more confident on the backboard and he was a bit more defensively solid or mechanically sound. He could get a really hard clear into this space. Now this guy could turn around, get a free ball, make a 1v1 play on the net or whatever. So you're no longer covering this area of the pitch. So the ball could have gone there. Fortunately, the guy missed, so we score. So it doesn't actually matter. But if we're trying to get to those higher ranks, the guy won't miss that, and you know it could get punished. So sometimes, like, one thing for everyone really, like even myself, you know, we all get into a similar mindset of like, oh, if we score, then we made a good play. But sometimes, even if we score, there's things that we can improve on. Okay, so here, you want to turn ball cam off a bit sooner than you have done here, because you turn off ball cam and the ball's almost like being played as you can see it, like as you have time to react to it. So I'd say try and keep ball cam off there. Keep ball cam on there, I mean. So this hit from your teammate, in my opinion, a little bit strange. We'll see what he sees. Yeah, he doesn't have to hit this. I think this is definitely a misplay from your teammate. Obviously, this is your replay that we're analysing, but I see that you were partied up, and perhaps, you know, it's sometimes a good thing to analyse other people's mistakes anyway, because, you know, we all find ourselves in these situations. It's good to know what we have to do or what we don't have to do. So this play here, hopefully, like, you should realise that this guy here that I'm looking at right now, he can't get a shot off here because he's quite far away from the ball. Even if he does, Scepter could play really close to this ball without hitting it. So he could just... let's say this kickoff is being taken. Let's go to... Oh, God. Let's go to here. This kickoff's being taken. What Scepter should do here is just stop here. And he can stay there as long as he calls it out to you that it's your ball. And you can go for this ball while Scepter's just chilling here. And that way, if this guy does go for the ball all of a sudden, Scepter can just come across and 50 it. And because he's right next to it, he doesn't have to use loads of boosts. He literally just 50s it with him to block anything on target. He doesn't really want to hit this, because now he's hit this against the wall. It's not a pleasant bounce for you, and the ball bounces like really high, mid, and you're kind of pushed up, a little bit awkward. Luckily, it doesn't really come to anything too worrying, but it could be bad. Let's see what you could have done better here, though. Yeah, I think you were in your right to go for that. This turn here, you turn to the mid here. Yeah, I guess you're just trying to read the bounce. It's a bit of an awkward bounce at the end of the day, and you did a good job. You went high to get the block. I like that. I don't think you did too much wrong there, so not to worry. Okay, so this boost grab is a little bit dangerous because you need to be aware that the opponent that has the ball right now, he could get a really fast beat onto your first man, Scepter, and you need to look at your second man and realise that he's not covering anything. So this is a little bit of a misplay from... I don't know, actually. No, I wouldn't say it. I'd say this guy is fine. The guy I'm looking at, I'd say this guy's position is fine because he's hoping that you're covering the space behind him, which you should be. But because you've turned off ball cam and gone for the back boost, that means all this space here is now free. And just like I said, that guy gets beat because this guy had an opportunity to get a really fast outplay on him, and the ball goes mid. Now, if this guy was a little bit pushed up, let's say this guy was a car length more forward than he was, he'd be right underneath this ball. He could get a shot on target. Luckily, he's not, so you do get a block. But hopefully you can see what I mean by, like, it could have gone badly. You know, let's say someone was there, now you've turned, you're a bit awkward, you have to get a block. So, just to reiterate, I think, yeah, what you shouldn't do that. You've got enough boost, to be honest. Like, 40 boost, I think you're on. Well, you're going to pick up a pad, so you're on 50 boost. So 50 boost, that's a perfect amount. I mean, if you pick up this pad in front of you here, that's 60 boost. And the difference between 60 and 100 is, it's not that much because you can get up to anywhere with 60 boost. It's just that you might not have enough boost to recover, but that's fine. You can, as long as you boost manage well. So 60 boost, it's more than enough. You should rather be in a good position with like 30, 40 boost and anything higher than that than a bad position with 100. Even a good position with 12, 20 boost is better than a bad position with 100. So yeah, keep an eye on that for sure. But it's not the end of the world because obviously we get a block. That should be fine. I'd like a fake challenge here, to be honest. I want you to try and mess around with fake challenges a bit. They can be really useful because if you see that your opponent's going for the ball in this position, so put yourself in Sweaty Clarence's shoes right now, who's going for the ball. In his mind, he has to get a touch because you're going to shoot this ball, so he needs to be in the way for that shot to get a save. Now, with that knowledge, we know that he's going to go up for this ball no matter what. And if we know that, we shouldn't even be trying to get a block on this ball because we can just let him hit the ball and fake challenge and just drive in a circle here. So just drive up to this ball and turn right to go behind your teammate. Now, this guy, he's a little bit... Where on earth is he? Why is he here? Hang on. That's strange. One sec. Let's see why he's there. So this guy makes a play. Where is he? Over here. Oh, no, that's fine. No. Okay, no. Ignore me. That's fine. Yeah, so he's got a lot of momentum, so he can come back. And if you fake challenge that, he'd still have the free ball, but you would also be behind him or next to him. You'd be able to support him on this play. Now he's not got anyone to support him, really. So he has to make a play by himself. So if you fake challenge that, I think you get the same outcome, but you also put yourself in a bit of a better situation with more boost. Nice, go for that boost here, I like that. Good effort. I like this pass from this guy. This is a really good hit because no one's covering backboard. He also puts it to the right side, so it bounces to you. That's a good pass. One thing this guy could also do that you should be looking out for as the first man here is a pass, because this would completely wrong foot your opponents. And what I mean by wrong foot is it puts the ball into a position where they can't challenge it because they're not facing that position. If you look at your opponents right now, this guy is facing backwards, so he can't get to you right now. He's not covering you. This guy, he's on 0 boost. He's out of play. We don't even have to worry about him. And this guy's facing forward. So the only two people in this play is this guy and this guy. And now neither of them can see you. So you're in their blind spot and you're behind them. So they can't get to you. They can't see you. So if he passes if he passes this across net, across midfield, you get a free shot. That's probably a bit of an easier shot than this. That being said, you want to be getting a better shot than that. So I think personally, one thing that I've learned, I'm still learning, when shooting, sometimes air rolling through our shots is really bad because we actually lose power. We make it harder for ourselves to time a good flip into the ball. If we don't air roll, we have a much easier time flipping at the correct time and getting as much power and accuracy as we can. But because you air roll here, you make it slightly awkward. So I want you to try out not air rolling through shots like these. You'll surprise yourself with how much easier it gets. I think a lot of us have tendencies to air roll too much, for sure. I'd love to see a demo here in this position. I think if I was in this position, I would probably cut across and demo fatal, because your teammate, he's just took a guy out of the play, and he could go for the ball again. Bigfoot's about to jump. This guy's the last man now. So if you cut across and demo this guy, then let's say your teammate gets the ball past Bigfoot, probably an open net, and you have more than enough boost to do this, because you can use about 40 boost and still be on 50 and recover mid. It's just about being aware of when to demo and being aware of when it's a good time to take out opponents. And little things like that will take you to the next rank. If you demoed that guy, I don't know, I think, yeah, this ball gets across mid. You know, it puts more pressure on them. It makes them more awkward. Nice. I like this hit. You go around your opponents there rather than trying to get a shot on target. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird play from your teammate. Strotik wants to be going for this ball, but he kind of leaves it. You did nothing wrong there. I like that challenge. This is good. That's a good challenge from your teammate. A bit of lag there. Nice demo. There you go. See, that was a good recognition of when to demo there. Okay, we want to at least look at where the play is going and where it's about to go next. Because this ball here, who knows? Let's say your opponent had more boost and he was in a better position and he was slightly more forward than this. He'd be able to go up for this ball and instantly put a shot on target. And because you've got ball cam off and going for this back boost, you'd have no idea. So be careful of that for sure. And you do actually get scored off because of it. So we want to keep ball cam on a little bit more is what I'm seeing when hits are about to happen. Just after a hit's happened and you're going in the opposite direction, you can't see it. You need to look at where it's about to go next. Because if you saw this guy about to hit the ball, perhaps you don't go for that boost and perhaps you just turn and cover Bigfoot, because then you'd be able to get a challenge off. Even if you have 13 boost, you'll be able to double jump, get in the way, and get a touch. But now you've given a little bit more space between yourself and the attacker who's about to shoot, and now that space, obviously, he takes it and he scores. So I think perhaps one thing you could work on, before I forget to say it at the end, one thing you could work on in particular is play off pads a little bit more. Don't get almost sucked into those back corner boosts, and prioritize a good position and covering the people who are about to touch the ball on the other team more than prioritizing getting the back boost, because sometimes I think you allow a little bit too much space between yourself and the first man on the other team that's about to take a shot or receive a pass. And if you just focus on the pads and focus on the position first, you'll be in much better positions to cut out plays before they even happen. 2-1 though. This is fine. Nice. Your teammate should be going up for that. A little bit of a... I like this play from you. This is a really good pop. Your teammate needs to be more aware that this is about to happen. Because if we look at this guy here, look how fast he gets up to this ball. Bang. Like, he's already up. Whereas your teammate's a little bit too far behind there. He needs to be, he needs to be confident here that you're about to win this, because we can see that you've just jumped. You've jumped sooner than your opponent. You're winning this ball 100% of the time. You're beating him out. So in this position, he wants to be boosting forward exactly like he is doing, but he stops as you're about to hit it. He wants to be anticipating this a little bit more, but happens. You did a good play. Ooh, good effort from the opponent. Where are you? You're here. So yeah, you can't really do too much here. It's almost a goal. I think you did your part just fine. Okay, you're on 0 boost. Let's see how you play this. Okay. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, you did a good play. I was just seeing if it would be worth it going for the 50 over the fake, but I like it. I like it. Nice, your first that ball, very good speed. You're looking mechanically the best in this lobby, in my opinion. Definitely. Okay, I think you can cut across midfield here and go for this ball. It's okay to cut sometimes. You don't have to always rotate behind your teammates, especially when they're going really far back. Yeah, you could go for this ball for sure. Nice. Alright, I don't like this. I think you have a lot of space in the midfield. You're champ 3. Let's try and pop this ball up and go for an air dribble or something, or go for a dribble, go for a power shot. Anything not like apart from this touch here, because you're putting this ball closer to your opponent without really being able to follow it up too well. Now the ball's got speed, your opponent's moving forward, and now he gets to the ball sooner than you, and he wins the challenge, and he takes your boost. So you had a really good chance to take control of this ball in the midfield and pop it up and go for an air dribble. I think you just took a bit of a wrong decision, which happens. Nice. Wave dash, good effort. That's fine. Nice, get the mid boost. Good. Play mid, play mid. Nice. Okay, so here we want to be slowing down. And you do that, you do it slightly too late in my opinion. We're going into this play a little bit too quickly. Here, just quickly slow down a bit sooner than this. The pass could be better, but then again, so could your speed. If you were going slightly slower into this play, you would be further back, and you'd be able to receive this pass a little bit better. Of course, the pass could have been more direct across to you instead of behind you, but sometimes it doesn't come out too well. So again, I think... Okay, you just rushed this. Sometimes we have more time on shots than we all think. On hits, on the ball, on shots, whatever. We always have more time than we think. Take your time and get a proper flip through this ball. I wouldn't... okay, right. I think one thing I'm noticing is on shots, you like to air roll a little bit too much, and you also flip cancel, is what I'm seeing. I really want you to try a few shots, go into free play, training packs, whatever, ranked, whatever. Try some shots where you don't flip cancel and you don't air roll. You'll be surprised with how much power you are losing by actually doing these things, by flip cancelling and air rolling. Because the thing that those two mechanics do is it makes it harder to time it. It makes it harder to time our flip and get a good touch and get a solid contact through the ball. So try flipping and not cancelling, just straight flipping into the ball. It'll feel weird at first, but you'll get a much harder hit than this. Good play from your teammate there. I really like this hit from your teammate right here. Now, it's a different position. It's a different ball, but exactly what I've just been talking about with not flip cancelling, not air rolling through it. The same applies to this touch here. And look how much... look how much more power he gets through this ball by not flip cancel or air rolling. Just straight side flip dodge. And look, sends the ball really high with a lot of pace. And now he gets a really good pass over him. And you get a nice finish. Good play. Nice. This is fine. This is good. See what you do with this ball. Nice. I like this. Good effort. I think you do want to go for this ball instantly though. So like, don't look what's happening, because so you don't want to look like you kind of just... It's almost as if you're like just seeing what's going to go on here, but you want to just jump straight for this ball because you've got a good pop. You want to make an outplay. You don't want to be trying to go for a shot here or go for a goal, because that's not your job here. You can't score this. You shouldn't be able to score this. If you score this, but that's because your opponent's made a mistake, and we don't want to be banking on them making a mistake. We want to be relying on us making good plays that force those mistakes or force those goals to happen because we made a good play. So you want to jump straight for this because all three people are back. So if all three people are back, you're going to have like almost 100% chance that one of them will be challenging you soon. And you want to get up to that ball first. So make sure you jump a little bit faster for balls like those where all three people are back. Your job is just to beat as many players as possible in that position to the ball and take them out of the play. Good hit from your teammate. I think we can start pushing forward for this ball a little bit. I mean, I guess, nah, don't ignore me because Fatal's about to get a touch. Yeah, no, ignore me. It was close, it was close. Good effort. I don't think you did too much wrong there, to be honest, actually. Good position. Okay, you had a good position. You kind of gave it up. So, in this position where the ball is rolling along the wall, your teammate can't get this. Let's go to free cam. Because it's rolling along the wall, he can't get besides this ball to put it mid into like this position along these lines. So the only thing he can do is flip into this ball and roll it even further along the wall. Now, that's good because we can now put here. You're in a really good spot because this guy here, he's gonna have ball come on. He's gonna be looking at this guy. He's not covering his back post. It's very difficult for him to get back to this because he's got forward momentum. You know, he's driving forward. He's covering that guy. No one's here. If you put yourself here facing the back post, you'll be ready for this ball. The ball comes across, you score it here. But because you're trying to go mid on a ball that can't really come to you in you start covering in between these lines here, but because the ball isn't like bouncing or it doesn't have a bit of space between the player between the ball and the wall here where he can like flip into it alongside the ball, he has to flip over it, which puts it on the back post, whereas you're covering a position that the ball can't really come to you. So in those positions I want to see you practice those blind spot shots. Like I talked about earlier, you were here. You were in this corner. I briefly mentioned it. You were in this corner. The ball was around here. If your teammate passed it over to you, because none of them was covering you or could see you, you'd get a free shot on target. It's kind of a similar spot here. Because this guy can't really see you over here, you're in this blind spot. So that's a really good chance to capitalize on. So I want to see those that little bit extra awareness to go for those plays, go for those passing plays over the regular like backboard or mid passing plays. Always put the ball behind your opponents. See what you do anyway. So shot doesn't come off, we rotate back. This is fine. Nice, I like it. Go for their mid boost, well done. Should go for their corner boost here. So, in my opinion, you've done a good job here. This guy is going to panic. If you just leave this ball again, you let your teammate come in. Although, there's no one really behind you, so it's difficult. Where's this guy going? So he's 12 boost. Yeah, no. So this guy would get a free ball because Clarence will hit it again. He'll hit it to this guy. I want you to practice fake challenges for sure. I think you've done a good hit here to force this guy into an awkward position on the backboard. You've grabbed the mid boost, which is good. If you watch my last video, I talked a little bit about mid boost control. I'll briefly mention it again. If we have control of the mid boosts, our opponents can't break out of defense and they can't keep their offense going because they can't grab those mid boosts, which allow them to rotate out. So grabbing the mid boost is really good here. You did a good play. Now, if you can grab their corner boost, you really put them under a lot of pressure. So I think going for their corner boost is way better than going for this 50 because they're on like relatively like they're on they're in a bit of a bad position here. They want these 50s that bounce mid for them because this guy can just go for this ball. Now, granted, he does give the ball back to you, but I think if you fake challenge this and just go for their corner boost, I think it's definitely a better play. But anyway, they can't give the ball back anyway, and we take that. So a bit of an awkward touch from your teammate. Good hit around. Nice bump from your teammate. Okay, you want to speed and you want to like gain speed and just go for this ball straight away. Your teammate's done a very good bump. You've taken one player out of the play. You can see that the other was rotating into your half. So you've taken all players out. You've technically got a bit of an open net for a bit. So you want to speed this ball up as much as possible. You want to don't let go of boost here. Get around this ball and put it mid or put a shot on target. As soon as we take players out of the play, that's when we want to be speeding it up. Because we want to capitalise on the play whilst they're not back before they do get back. This is fine. Bit of an awkward play, but you couldn't really do much. You had to cover and then they whiffed, so it works. Ooh. Ooh. Almost. Okay, yeah, I think this was your ball. Because if you can pass this over to Strutic, that would be really good. So I think you had the right idea. You want to go up for this? Okay. Yeah, I mean, either or is fine, as long as it's communicated. If your teammate goes up for it, then you rotate behind him and you cover behind him. If you go up for it, then your teammate waits and covers behind you. So this is fine as long as it's just communicated early. You went down, which is good, and your teammate got a good block. Nice hit. And overtime. Decent kickoff. Okay, careful on the boost. You can use 20 less boost and just flip and you'll go just as fast, if not faster. Also, you don't really want to be going too fast anyway because the ball can't get on target in this position. It's not threatening to you. The ball's not going to shoot on target, so you don't need to be covering your net. So I wouldn't worry about getting back too quickly there. You don't need to. So careful on the boost in that position. This is a really good play from your opponents there. Almost. One thing I do notice here, you want to be careful of being bumped in this position, because if your opponents had a little bit more awareness on them. Why are they both in the corner? Oh god, so that's why. Alright, if your opponent could recover a bit better than that, then he'd be coming right for you and bumping you out the way, because you're in a really good position. You're ready to follow up on this guy's touch, so you're threatening to them. If they can get a bump on you, they take you out of the play. So be careful of that. But then again, they weren't even close to you. They weren't going to do it. But just for the future, because you'll have opponents in games that they start bumping you in the midfield on defense, because it's a really good play to do. Nice, unlucky. I mean, I'd like to see you go up for the ball. To be honest, I think. Yeah, actually, now that I look at it, it's not a good. In my opinion, this was a bit risky. To go for a dribble in this position, the ball is. You're gonna take this ball mid. You're coming at it and you're hitting it mid. Now this is literally directly in front of your goal. If this guy gets a good challenge and pinches it off your car and 50s it, it probably goes in, to be honest. Like, if you got a touch there, or let's say your teammate wasn't even back, because both your teammates were up front, so you want to be avoiding dribbling balls like this when both your teammates are up front, they're not even covering behind you, and you're going mid with the ball. So it's a combination that's going to get you scored on. So be careful of that. Preferably you take a safe touch to the corner, to the side, or get a hit over them. Something that will minimise the chance of conceding there. Nice. I like that touch. Okay, that's fine. You do mess up, but I don't really want to talk about it because it doesn't matter. The ball went mid to your teammate anyway. You should boom this. Well done. Unlucky that you didn't get that boost. Go for that corner boost. Yep. This is good. Yeah, I don't mind this. I like it. Going for 50. Okay, careful of this. Careful of this for sure. If you want to get in the way, get a bump on them. But going for this ball, it's a little bit risky because your teammate's quite close and obviously the ball goes over him. Or it could go over him like it just has. But a bump would be a great play there. I like the idea of being annoying there and getting in their face. Good check on the bump there. Nice beat. Okay, you want to try... so I want to, before I forget, I'll say it live right now. I won't say it at the end, but play off pads a little bit more. Make sure you're picking up a bit more pads in the future. I think it will definitely help you, because you can rotate the same way you're rotating. Pick up this pad, this pad, this pad, or this pad. At least three of those 4 pads or 2 of those 4 pads, and you'll have much more boost. You'll be in a much more nicer position all the time. But anyway, you go for the corner boost. I think this is really risky. It's just, so like if you picked up those pads, let's say you got 2 of those pads. Worst case scenario, you get 2 of those pads. That's 24 boost. You'd be on 62. So you'd be able to go to this ball 62 boost. That's all you need. Here, you take off ball cam. You go for the corner boost again. This is the 3rd time I've seen this play happen. I think this is a bit risky because from your angle here, you like. I mean, I guess not me. Perhaps you see that Fatal isn't getting a touch on his ball, but when I looked at it, I thought that he could get another touch, but he's actually in front of the ball. So if you saw that, fair play. But no, maybe you see it. I'll give you the benefit of that, and that you see that he couldn't get any touches on the ball. Let's have a look. Okay, I'd love a pass to Scepter, to be honest. Because, again, he's kind of in the position that we've talked about a couple of times this game where he wrong foots the opponent, or he's in their blind spot where they can't really see him. They can see him, but they can't really challenge him. Whereas your teammate here, Strutic, he has a guy that's facing him. Where is he? He has Bigfoot. Where is he? He's this guy here. If this guy was a little bit more aware, he'd realise that his teammate behind him is covering anything that's behind him, so he doesn't need to worry about his net or backboard. The only things he needs to be worrying about is the 2 players in front of him, and the one that's closest he can get to. So he should be boosting forward right now into Strutic's position to come across for that pass and intercept it. But luckily for us, he does turn away. So this pass does work out. But let's say, if I was in this position, I would be facing Strutic right now because I'd realise that my teammate behind me is covering this hit if it goes over me. So I don't need to worry about that. My job is to worry about this pass. So I'd be covering him. I'd be going forward and I'd get to this ball first because I have forward momentum and the ball's coming to me, whereas Strutic's not going too fast. So I'd get to this ball first, and now all 3 of my opponents are in my half. I'd get a counter attack. So I want you to be careful of this pass here because you've actually got a teammate that's in a much better position. Because no one can cover him, whereas Strutic, people can cover him. So I'd look for the other pass in that position. It does work out, but again, even if we make a good play, sometimes there could be a better play, and sometimes it might not work out when we're trying to push those higher ranks. But I still like the idea to pass that. Nice touch from your teammate. That's fine. I'd love to see you try and go for their corner boost. You've got them under a lot of pressure. You can see that your teammate's about to get a free touch on the ball with no one coming for him. Get a bump on Bigfoot, get his corner boost, whatever, get a demo. Just be disruptive in that position because you can see that your teammate's about to get a free touch into their half. Take your time, well done. I like that you're confident to go for these like mechanical plays off the wall and solo plays. I do like it. You should be playing mid here. So again, like I'm seeing quite a lot of instances where a mid pass would be great, or a pass across the pitch would be great. This is another one of those instances. If we look at the defenders, this guy can't cover midfield. This guy's facing the passer, so he can't really cover midfield right now because he's looking at the ball. He's not facing, like, a good position for this guy to be in. I mean, to be fair, he's in a perfect position because no one's midfield. But let's say you were here. Now he has to cover this. So he'd be facing this way to cover this midfield pass and to like have a chance to save net here. But you want to be mid here, in my opinion. It would give you another option. If he just passes this, you get a free shot. As simple as, and it's coming at you quite quickly. You can get a lot of power on the shot. So look for those mid passes, in my opinion, a little bit more. If you guys play together a lot, I'd look for those mid passes a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So All right, I think this teammate should be rotating third here. I think you did a good play because you've got forward momentum going into this challenge. You're gonna land upfield here. You've landed upfield, so you can't really get back quickly. This is a good place to be for a pass. This guy should get back behind both of you because now you're both here. You both got for the ball. You know what I mean? But I do like that pass and play. Yeah. So again, this is one of those instances where, I mean, it works out. Obviously, I said that this guy should rotate back to third. If he did that, he wouldn't be there for this touch and we wouldn't score. I just think that you'll have a higher chance of success if this guy rotates back to third, because there is an instance where this guy doesn't get the touch and both of you are up, all three of you are up, and now you get counter-attacks on. But that being said, I like the pass from this teammate here. This is a really good pass. And perhaps he just sees Scepter, sorry. Perhaps Strutic sees Scepter and he ignores you being there. It's a really good pass actually on 0 boost as well. I like that. But yeah, good play. I like that you went down as well. You trusted probably the call, I assume you're in comms. So I like that. You went down. Great read as well. Nice speed. Yeah, that was a good play at the end. I think, like I said, it could have been better if your teammate went third. You'd have a higher chance of not conceding and being safe. But yeah, this was an interesting game for sure because there were a lot of plays that worked out that they were good plays, but perhaps could have been made a little bit better, and you know that it could have been a bit safer at times that you might get punished for in higher ranks. I mean, like some of the things that I covered was you need to play low. You need to play small pads a little bit more rather than prioritising big pads. You want to be prioritising your position over your boost. And what were the other things? I can't really remember because I mentioned them. It was quite a long video, 40 minutes, so I can't really remember too much. But hopefully you picked up a lot of things. The one thing that I really liked from you is your mechanics. You've got really good mechanics. So I do like that. Air rolling through the shots. Yeah, try and avoid doing that for a little bit. Because there are some instances for sure where it's good to air roll through shots, but there are a lot that you're better off without air rolling. So try and mess around with that, work on that a little bit. But the one thing I do love about you is your mechanics. I like your decision making to go for these solo plays sometimes, and willingness to go for these plays, and confidence in yourself to go for these plays. So keep on doing that for sure. And I think the key thing that you can work on is that positioning. And if you get that down, your mechanics will be able to shine even more. So I hope this helped, mate. Let me know as always, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video.